Hello, hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Celebration Spotlight Day 5. We are counting down the days until celebration is over. It will end on Sunday, February 28th. And so every day for the last 4 days, this is day 5, I've been sharing projects using each of the celebration gifts. And so today we are spotlighting the Heal Your Heart stamp set. This is a really awesome sentiment greeting stamp set. So the only thing it has in there is words. So there's lots of flexibility to kind of use your own designer paper or other images to create your cards. So today I am going to do just that. In fact, I was inspired by the fine art floral card in this celebration brochure. And so today I'm making some cards using that designer paper. Now you may have joined us yesterday, and if not, definitely catch the replay because I used the fine art floral designer paper and did an emboss resist technique with the corner bouquet stamp set. So if you remember this paper from yesterday, it is just so gorgeous. Yesterday we used this piece. Today we're going to use some of these beautiful hand-painted florals. So a concept artist at Stampin' created all of the artwork that you see on this designer paper. So it's all hand-painted and then digitized and tiled to create this beautiful designer paper that makes it easy to create a work of art that you can send in the mail. So we're going to use a few of these patterns. I wanted to show you one of my favorite card layouts. I feel like I come back to this all the time when I'm feeling stuck. And so I wanted to do something that would be easy and easy to duplicate. That's just my style. Of course, if you guys follow me, you know my cards are just clean and simple and easy. I try to make stamping fun and easy for everyone. So here's a card layout that I absolutely love. You're going to start with your card base. This one I put 4 1/4 by 11. That's just a different way to cut the cardstock so that it's long. And then designer paper, 2 inches by 4 3/4. I don't know what that line is. I didn't have white out. And then this strip across is 4 1/4 by 1 1/4. And then whatever punch shape, whatever you want to go there. So I'm actually going to use my favorite die set. This is the stitched shape dies. And this is some old packaging, but the dies are still the same. I love these because you get 4 of each shape. So you get circles and you get ovals and you get squares and you get 4 different sizes of each shape. So it's just a really versatile set of dies to have. And I think you'll be pulling for these dies when you make so many different cards. So stitched shape dies, those are my favorite. Definitely want to get these. This is the wrong item number because it's got an updated style now. But we're going to use the stitch shape and the Heal Your Heart and the fine art floral. I'll put the item numbers for all of these in the video description when I'm all done. And you can get all of these in my online store at juliedavison.com/shop. If you order $50 or more before tax and shipping in the United States, you're going to get to choose a free celebration gift if you order by Sunday, February 28th. So free celebration gift, you can choose Heal Your Heart or you can choose whatever you'd like. So let's bring in the cardstock pieces that I've pre-cut. So I cut this to the size that my template said, but I think I want to make it a little bit bigger. So I cut some new ones at 5 inches instead. So you can see the difference is 1/4 inch. Like it's hardly anything, but let's take a look and see what we think. So this is terracotta tile. And I decided to choose designer paper that had terracotta tile in it. So all the card bases are going to be terracotta tile. The only thing I'm switching out is the designer paper and then the accent color. And it's amazing how terracotta almost changes with every accent color that you choose. So here is what it looks like. This is the 4 3/4 inches. And I thought I might like it better with the 5 inches. It just like fills the space a little bit more. I don't know, like it's a 1/4 inch. You really could go either way. So here is the combinations that I have chosen. Terracotta tile is a retiring it's a retiring in color. So it's going to be going away pretty soon. So make sure you stock up on all your favorite in colors, like Purple Posy. Oh, Pretty Peacock is also an in color that's retiring. Isn't this fun? Look at how different they look just by switching up the designer paper and the accent colors. So accent colors are Pretty Peacock, Mossy Meadow, and So Saffron. So that's going to be kind of the basic layout that we're going to do. And then we're going to stamp and do our sentiments. So I've got my stamps on the blocks, and I'll be stamping in coordinating colors that go with those colors I've picked out here. So I thought I would do one of each shape. So we're going to do a circle and an oval and a rectangle. Wait a second, a rectangle? That's right. I'm going to use the square die to create a rectangle shape and show you a little trick for making these dies even more versatile. So let me get a piece of paper. Somehow I forgot to get that out. There we go. So we're going to start by die cutting a square. So let's get out Lucy. She's my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. If you don't have a Lucy yet, this is a really great time to get Lucy because you can get a celebration gift when you buy Lucy during celebration. So that is totally awesome. If you've been thinking about it, now you should you should definitely get one. Okay, I think I need to go just a smidgy smaller, and I just cut. Did I go too small? Oh my goodness. Okay, this is like the day. This is the day that I've been having. Let's get the paper cutter. Oh, today was the first day my middle daughter started hybrid. She started hybrid school, so she's back in the classroom today. My other 3 kids all decided to stay virtual. But Elise was back in the classroom, and so there's just extra running around being taxi mom to drive her and pick her up and make sure that we could get back in time to share with you today. All right, so I'm using the mini Stampin' Cut emboss machine. I'm going to emboss my square. I feel like this is so hard to do on camera sometimes. Sorry for the shaking. Okay, so I die cut the square, and now to make it a rectangle, what is on this plate? To make it a rectangle, I'm just going to, well, first I'm going to take it out of the die. I just love that stitched border. Like, I just think it's a fun accent to a regular shape. So it makes it fancy by just cutting it as it is. But we want to make it a little bit smaller. We want to do a rectangle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the die cut and I'm just going to nest it back into the stitching. So I'm going to decide how big I want it to be. Go a little bit. That looks good. And it kind of like, I don't want to say clicks, but like it nests back in there and you can kind of feel when it is where it needs to be. So I'm just going to kind of figure out where I want it to be and then put it back in so that it will die cut a new bottom edge. Oh my gosh, we're really shaking the table today. Woo! Earthquake. Okay. Look at that. Take it off the die and we have a new stitched border. Yay! Isn't that fun? I love that. You could do this one then, and if you want to, you could do the same thing where you're lining it up. And this is just going to make a really skinny one. Let's just do this really quick. Let's send that through. So now we got 2 for 1. Oh no, it tore. It tore right off. I guess that was too many times through the stitching. The stitching machine. Wonder. Well, anyway. If it doesn't tear, you can get 2 labels out of there. Okay, let's put Lucy aside and stamp and make our cards. So I used the circle and the oval and the square dies to create those shapes. I don't want to lose these. I'm going to stick them back in the sleeve. And Heal Your Heart has some really beautiful sentiments for comfort and hope and sending cards to friends and family. So we've got, we're in this together, wishing I could heal your heart. Thank you. Sorry for your loss. And then some really small words that can go on the inside. I can't promise to always fix your problems, but I can promise you won't ever face them alone. And then I don't know what I would do without you. So those are good for the inside, although you can also layer them together. So let's figure out what words we want to go with each designer paper, because I feel like this one is really bright, and maybe that one is not as appropriate for sympathy as something, I don't know, do you guys do that? I feel like sometimes things that are too bright and happy, but I don't know why. You're trying to bring somebody comfort. So a bright color is not a bad thing. Really, you could use any of these sentiments on any of the cards. But I just feel like maybe thank you would be best on that one. So that's going to be, we'll do the oval. Thank you, oval. And then wishing I could heal your heart. I don't know, this one feels like a wishing I could heal your heart. We'll do that on the circle. And then we're in this together. We'll do this in the rectangle. So now that I've matched up my shapes and my colors, I'm going to go ahead and stamp them. So for this one, I'm going to stamp in Mossy Meadow to go with the accent color. I just love this delicate font. So pretty. Okay, next one we're going to do, we're in this together, and I was trying to decide on Pacific Point, and I think Pacific Point maybe is too bright. Okay, so this one was a Night of Navy. Maybe I will get out the Pacific Point and we can just see what we think. Because I feel like this blue, it's hard when, like, this is sort of, it's not exactly a Stampin' Up! Color, is what I'm trying to say. So it's hard sometimes to match up the designer paper. Well, that's not actually too bad. I think I like that Pacific Point. So that was the Night of Navy, and the Pacific Point is just a little bit brighter. Okay, we'll go with Pacific Point. I've convinced myself. And then the last card is going to be Pretty Peacock. That's the accent color that I chose for this one. I just love all these colors together. This paper is so pretty. Wishing I could heal your hearts. Oh my goodness. I have a friend who is hurting so much right now, and so I really wish I could heal her heart. All right. So, I mean, gosh, like, we just have to glue it down. I feel like this doesn't need a whole lot else. Do you guys like to do simple cards, or do you like to embellish a little bit more? I am finding that I embellish a little bit more than I used to. So if you wanted to add some ribbon, the Ornate Garden ribbon combo pack is a really good one. It's got, I don't know if this is Calypso Coral or Terracotta Tile. Either way, it goes pretty well. So I thought we could add some ribbon. And there are different ways that you can add ribbon to your card. You can do like a bow. So let's make a bow, and we'll cut it right off of the roll. Trying to make those a little even. Okay, so we can do a bow. We could do like a back and forth ribbon. I don't know, what do you call that? Back and forth ribbon? Loopy loops. Oh, my husband always talks in like jibber jabber. So loopy loops, that's something he would say. So you could do like some loopy loops back there in the corner. Oh, I like the way that kind of just like ties in the paper. And then what else could you do with the ribbon? I really feel like I want to put another bow on here. Yeah, bunny ear bows are so easy. So that's how I do a lot of my bows, especially when the ribbon is still attached to the row. I just, I pull up and make 2 bunny ears or 2 loops, and then I cross them over and pull them through. And then I just sort of, fuss with the bow a little bit until I get it the size that I want it to, and then I can cut off the, I can cut it from the roll. And doing it this way while it's still attached to the roll, I find helps me have less waste with the ribbon. If I'm cutting first, sometimes I cut it too long, or then I cut it too short. So when I tie from the bow or from the roll, then it just helps me to have less waste in my ribbon cutting. Okay, so now we're just going to glue the cards together. Ooh, I see some ideas. All around the green piece is what Carol is saying. So you could do like a, I don't know. That's so bulky to tie a bow, but one way to do like a faux bow, have you guys seen this? Where you, like you would tie a straight piece and take it around, you'd glue it down with some glue dots. And then you can add the bow on top so that it's like fake wraparound, right? So it looks like it's wrapped around, but it's not actually. So that is one way to do a little wraparound. That might be too much for this. So I think I'm just going to do, I don't know. I do kind of like that. Okay. I changed my mind. Let's glue this down. So I'm just going to flip it around like this and then add some seal, and then add this to the card. So I want to go about 1.25 inches, about the same width of the strip. You want to come that much up, I think. Before I push down, I'm just going to double check and see if that looks about right, because I want there to be some space down here, and then we'll put that like this. That looks fun. Yeah, okay, so that's a good spot. I'm going to push that down. Let's add the designer paper. I'm having a hard time choosing which pattern from this pack that I like the most, because they're just so pretty. Like, I really love the pinks and greens in this one, but then like this combination with the peacock, oh my gosh, it really is just beautiful. All right, I opened up a new package of Stampin' Dimensionals, so let's grab some of those and put them on the card. I'm going to go up just a little bit here, and then glue dots for the ribbon bow. So another thing that I love to add that's really a universal kind of a embellishment is like rhinestones or pearls. That's another really great thing. So you could add some bling to these. Let's get these all glued down, and then we can decide and see if we want to add a little bit more bling to these cards. So we'll go to this one next. If you're just joining, this is So Saffron with terracotta tile for the card base. And then the designer paper are different patterns from the Fine Art Floral. Oh my gosh, love this one from the mini catalog. Make sure your paper goes on straight. Okay, so this one looks like I did grab the longer one. So can you tell the difference here? This designer paper is 4 3/4 inches long. This one is 5 inches. So it's only 1/4, but it takes up more room, and when you evenly space it, like it comes back over to the edge a little bit more. So either one is fine. It's just how much room you have on the sides. So that's the difference. That's what it looks like. I'll put the measurements in the video description when I'm all done, so you guys can try this layout at home. Such an easy one. Okay, this is going to go behind the corner, so I'm kind of just doing like a back and forth, and then I like the end, like the long ends, to stick out farther than the loops. So I'm just doing that when I arrange it, and then I'm going to put it in the corner. And my favorite way to adhere ribbon this way is to use that tear and tape. So I'm just going to get a piece out. Sometimes I feel like I need an extra hand. hold it in place, use the tear and tape to put it down where I want it to go. And I mean, it's pretty loose. You can move it if you want to a little bit if it's not quite right. And then I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals. This is a really good way to put ribbon on that helps it to lie flat, which makes it better for mailing. So this is one way if you want to include ribbon, is to do sort of that like little faker bow. This is hanging over just a little edge. I'm going to trim that. Okay, card number 2. Last one. Looks like I went back with the short piece here. And these papers are all 2 inches wide, which is a really nice, easy size to cut for the 12 by 12 paper, because you can get a nice even number of pieces from the designer paper pack, right? So if you were going to make a whole bunch of these cards and you decided to cut your 12 by 12 paper up to make this card, this is 2 inches by 4 3/4 or 5. So you'd be able to get, let's see, 6 across and 2 down. So 12 pieces. So you could cut 12 pieces of this size designer paper from one piece of 12 by 12 and make a whole bunch of cards, if you like this layout and want to make a bunch of the same. Okay, more dimensionals, because why not? I love dimensionals. Anytime I'm adding like layers like this, right? Because technically we've got like 3 things going on here. I like to use the Stampin' Dimensionals to kind of bridge those layers. And then we'll put on our bow with the glue dot. It's kind of a bigger bow, isn't it? So I push down on the glue dot and then I lift up the whole embellishment. Kind of put it at an angle so we can read the words. I said that and then I feel like I covered up the words. Yeah, I'm just gonna trim the ends a little bit. Do you guys have a favorite? I know sometimes it's hard, right, when I make cards with slight differences, and I love to ask you, right, this or that. So which one are you drawn to? Let's see, how are we going to make these different? Because they all have the same card base. Maybe we'll number them. Okay, so tell me which one you are drawn to the most. This is number 1 with the Mossy Meadow. Number 2 has the So Saffron. And number 3 has the Pretty Peacock. So tell me which card. I know you probably love them all because the paper is gorgeous and I love them all too. But which one are you drawn to more? Like, is there one that feels like, you know, your style or your colors, or, you know, they're so different, I think, even though they are the same paper. I know, Carol, you can't choose. You like them all. I'm seeing a couple number 1s. Yes, Eva says 1. I know you guys are all saying you love them all. I know sometimes it's hard. It's hard to choose. Janet and Betty like number 2. I wish I could just move that down just a smidge, because this ended up being a little bit longer, the blue paper, than the other one. Do I tear it apart? Do I, ladies? No, don't tear it apart. I'm going to save that one for another card. I'll just make another one. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, lots more number 1s. Eva says 1 and then 2 and then 3. I just love this soft pink. It really is pretty, but I don't know. I like them all too. Do you think we should add anything else? Should we add some rhinestones? Should we add some pearls? Sometimes I feel like it's too much to add, you know, to add, but let's just see what we think. So, the rhinestones here have 3 different sizes. There's a really big one here, and then can you tell the difference between the middle one and the small one? So like small, medium, and large. So most of them are the smallest size, I think, because that's the easiest to use. Sometimes the big ones are almost too big, depending on your card layout. Like that just almost looks like too much. So here is large and medium and small. See, like I feel like I don't know where to put that one. I think this is why I end up leaving it off so much, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure where to put them. What do you guys think of the rhinestones? Is it too much? Do you like it? I think I like them better off the label on the card like this. It just dresses it up. It makes it look so pretty. I always like to do 3s, so I'm gonna do like 2 on top and then 1 on the bottom. You guys are liking the rhinestones. Eva, not too much. Yeah, I'm feeling it, Eva. I feel like that too. I don't know. I just don't like them on the label, I don't think. Maybe you should bring those back down. So they're not sticking very well because I haven't pushed down. I just have them kind of sitting here very loosely. And then once I decide that I like them, then I kind of push down and make that glue dot stay put. But the reason they're so fluid right now is just because I haven't given it that little stay put there. Oh, Maria says 2 in the upper corner and 1 below. Oh, on this one? No, I don't know which one you're talking about, Maria. Seems like most of you like the rhinestones. So I think I'm going to leave them on. Ooh, middle of the flower. That's a good idea. Sometimes I don't know which ones you guys are talking about, so I have to I have to guess. Is that weird to have them all like bunched up like that one? Does that count as one? And then we'll do another pair down here. I don't know now, guys. Do you ever look at a card so much that you're just not sure anymore and you need to walk away? I feel like that might be the case with this. Like I just maybe need to come back. Come back later and decide, because I'm kind of leaning towards just taking them off altogether. This is the one I'm struggling with. Let's take it off, this one. Okay, now I'm just starting to ramble, so I'm gonna wrap up. I'm gonna wrap up this video. Oh, you know, I forgot I was gonna pull out some cards using this this stamp set. I just had another idea that just came to me. I feel like there needs to be something here. So let's try to cut out a little bit of the designer paper and see. I think this might be just what we need to fill this space. Alternatively, you could stamp a flower and die cut it from the coordinating art gallery bundle. That would be a really great option because it coordinates so nicely with the designer paper. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. It was a fine idea, but not so sure. Anyway, let's take a look and see what else I have with this Heal Your Heart stamp set. So I've shown these a couple times because I just ended up using them all together, right? So we've got the this set of cards with a corner bouquet, and I used the Heal Your Heart there. I used Heal Your Heart on this card, also using corner bouquet. This one was by Teresa Tucker, and we showed that yesterday, and then she did use that Heal Your Heart. Just flipping through my sample bucket to see what else I have using Heal Your Heart. There's one with the paper blooms from Gwen Duckworth. This one is by Faith Steinberg. Nope, that's it. Okay, so anyway, this stamp set just pairs so nicely with any image set, right? Any soft florals. I feel like there's just so many different options. I made a card for a friend yesterday, or the day before, and I used a retired stamp set, the Deer set, and I was making her a sympathy card, and it just worked so nicely. So if you're looking for a good stamp set to send some comfort and hope to friends and family, definitely consider Heal Your Heart. This is, again, a celebration stamp set that you can get for free with a qualifying order until February 28th. So you can get this in my online store at juliedavison.com/shop. Make sure to do that before February 28th so you can get your freebie, either Heal Your Heart or something else. Okay, that is it for me today. I hope that you enjoyed these projects. Make sure to come back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Time for another celebration spotlight. Let's see what's next in our book. Ooh, the Flower and Field designer paper. I have a fun idea I can't wait to share with you. So come back and see me tomorrow. I'll be sharing more projects using celebration favorites. Until then, happy stamping.